Hello everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, making some really good trades, and yup, let's just get into it. Right now we can see that Bitcoin is at 19,514, and let's just start off by taking a look at market cipher on the weekly time frame. We can see that we have an 11 and a -3 on the weekly time frame, so that's looking pretty good for Bitcoin. Again, we haven't had a green weekly candle in quite some time now. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's been 5 weeks in a row that we've gotten red candles on the Heiken Ashi candles for market cipher. So that'll be nice to see if we get some upside this week. Let's take a look at the daily time frame. We do have some strong bullish numbers on the DBS side. We have a 16 and a -5. We are still deep in that red money flow. VWAP looks a little bit overextended right here, so we could get a pullback in the coming days. So let's just see if we get follow through or if we're going to get rejected right now from 19,500 and then reverse back down. Let's take a look at the S&P on the weekly time frame. As you guys probably can tell, I was looking at it just before I started the video. So right now we can see we have a 14 and the -3. So these are some quite bullish numbers for the weekly time frame on the S&P 500. You guys can take a look at the Nasdaq and the Russell 2000. We are getting some similar numbers, some very bullish ones on the Dow Jones with the 17 and the -5. So we're going to see if we're going to get some more upside. Let's take a look at the S&P on the daily time frame. Let's see if we're going to get some more upside tomorrow morning. Again, we are headed into earnings week, which I'm going to pull up an earnings chart in just 1 second. Just guys, give me one moment. Right now we have a -3 and a 9, so looking quite good as well. But again, earnings are really going to dictate the path of Bitcoin this week, and not just the path of Bitcoin, but the path of the market in general, as we are going to get probably the biggest earnings week we've had in a long time. So let's take a look right here. Earnings Whisperer. I'll just pull this up for you guys so you guys can take a look at it with me. And let's just make this a little bit bigger. So this week on Monday, after the close, we got Logitech, Discover, so it's a credit card company right here. Zion, nothing really on Monday that's too crazy. On Tuesday is where the fun's gonna start to begin. On Tuesday, before the open, we got UPS, 3M, and then after the close, we got Microsoft, Alphabet, Visa. Also, we got Coca-Cola before the open on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, we got WM, Boeing, Meta. Teladoc is going to be an interesting one to see as well. And then on Thursday, we got Shopify, we got McDonald's, MasterCard, and Credit Suisse, the long-awaited Credit Suisse. And on top of that, we got Caterpillar as well before the open. And after the close, I'm going to be really wanting to take a look at on Thursday is going to be Amazon and Apple. So those are going to be some big names as well. And on Friday, we got ExxonMobil, which you do currently have a short position on. So basically, this is going to be a big earnings week. So keep your eyes peeled for some volatility. Now let's move on. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin getting a massive, I wouldn't say massive, but a big breakout right now from 19,100 all the way to 19,500. Again, we are still seeing some resistance right now. We have stopped the rally at 19,500. And again, if you guys want to see my trades on Bitcoin and all the other cryptos, not only with leverage, but with the spot trades as well, which are a little bit more passive, you guys can sign up to my Discord with the link in the description. Excuse me, I'm burping right now. I'm getting some bullish burps, potentially maybe some more upside for this week. If the theory follows through, every time I burp, we get more upside. But overall, we haven't been doing too much upside. We've just been going sideways, chopping sideways, and right now we've broken through this final trend line right here. If we do get above this level, that won't be, we're not going to be off to the races right away. We still have this level to cross right here, which is basically $19,850, which is the previous 2017 all-time high. I don't know why it's off a little bit right here. I guess we could adjust it a little bit. So 19,800 is going to be the area to watch right there. So if we come back up and we get rejected once more, then I'm going to be starting to take a look at some lower targets, probably around 17,000. But we're just going to have to see how earnings deliver this week. However, I'm a little bit optimistic that earnings will be good after all these stocks have been beat down so much. You guys could take a look at some big names like Tesla and Meta and Google, especially Meta. Meta is down so much. Oh, by the way, look at this massive gap in the price. Meta, which is basically Facebook, is down more than 66% on the year. But we're just gonna have to see how Google performs as well. Both of these companies are related with revenue from advertisement, so that's gonna be interesting to see. After all, Snapchat did perform terribly this week as we opened down 29% after earnings. So that was quite disappointing to see for anyone that's holding Snapchat right now. After all, Snapchat is down from its highs. It's down more than 90%. So a lot of these stocks are beat down. Lost a lot of earnings, lost a lot of revenue. And, we're just gonna have to see how the earnings deliver. So let's keep going right here. Let's see what we got cooking for the S&P 500. So the S&P right now, we had some nice upside. We were up over 1% on the futures open, but for the time being, we're back up at the 31 basis points, but nothing too crazy. Again, it's just overnight markets playing right now. If we do get more upside, I'm going to be looking to take some profits, some heavy profits around 3,900 for the S&P. We might even potentially start to scale into some shorts for the S&P. So if we do, eventually we break this level, we have amazing earnings across the board on every single company, then your next resistance after that is going to be taking a look at 41.58 for the S&P. But I'm not so sure that we're going to reach that level. Again, nothing is guaranteed in these markets. We might not even get to 3,900. We might even get rejected off the 50-day moving average. I believe this is the 50-day. And we might even get rejected off the 50-day, and then we'll start to come down, but who knows? For the time being, scenario number one is playing out. We are getting a bounce around the 36.50 level. As we could see on Friday close, we got a nice little bounce from 36.50, and we're moving towards the upside. For the time being, I am still a little bit bullish on the S&P, but overall, in the medium term, I'm very bearish on the S&P. I still think we are going to go lower. And after all, the Fed is just hiking rates nonstop. However, we did get a little bit of news on Friday that the Fed might be looking to start to ease soon, but again, right now it's just rumors. It's just rumors on Wall Street. We're just gonna have to see. Let's take a look at gold quickly. Gold was getting some nice upside at the market open. On the futures open, we went as high as 1670, but now getting rejected from this level right here. After all, we were testing as support many times. Support, and then we tested as resistance, broke out, came, tried to hold it as support once again, and then we broke through it once again, and we retested it as resistance, and we are still retesting it as resistance right now. But if we can get over this level, then I'm confident that we could potentially form a bit of a W pattern right here, a double bottom, and then we'll start to go back up and retest 1725, which is going to be some pretty strong resistance there. All right, let's clean up the chart a little bit because I made it a big mess. All right, let's move on. Let's take a look at silver right here. Silver got a nice bounce on Friday as well. It is coming down a bit at the moment, so if we do come back down, my next level of support is going to be taking a look at 1892. And again, Kenny has been going crazy with the commodities in the Discord. He's longing and shorting gold, silver, natural gas, and West Texas Instrumental. Also, basically WTI, which is oil. And for oil, actually, I'm going to be looking for a potential bear flag pattern that is prematurely forming right now. So it's not confirmed. If we come back up here around $89 to $89.50, maybe I might inch into a short position on oil. After all, I do think we might start to come back down and form a W pattern from there. And maybe then inflation starts to pick up and then we're off to the races again for oil. But we're just going to have to see what happens again. And these are changing markets. If I say something today, it doesn't mean that theory will hold throughout the next couple of weeks. If the price action changes, then my analysis will change. My predictions for the price action will change as well. So it's always changing. So if you guys want to stay up to date on my current positions in the markets, in equities, and cryptos as well, you guys can join in the Discord with the link in the description. And finally, let's take a look. Actually, the US bonds have opened right now. Okay, so let's take a look at the 10-year yield. Right now is falling a little bit. We are actually getting a bit of upside. We opened lower. So again, there's a big topic tail right here for the yields on Friday. Let's see if we get some more downside. If we do get some more downside and we break this level, then I could see a big pullback in the yields. But again, what the Fed needs to do is either cut the rates or at least do a pause. But again, their hand is really being forced with inflation being at 8.2, and if they were to cut rates now, it would be a catastrophic mistake and we would see a huge collapse in the stock market and the bond market. You know, the well, maybe not initially, but overall, I think that's what will happen, because inflation is the #1 problem right now. And if they do that, then that's going to be an admission that they aren't able to control inflation. Then you're going to see the DXY start to plummet, because right now everything is being priced in like the Fed is going to win the fight against inflation. And again, if they were really here to fight inflation, we wouldn't have rates at like 3.25%. We would have rates significantly higher. So let's take a look quickly at what the rates are right now. I keep forgetting, even though we talk about rates all the time. Let's take a look at some economic data right here. The federal fund rate is currently at 2.5%, or you can take a look at the prime rate, which is currently at 6.25 in the US. It goes as low as 3.25. That's the base rate. So 3.25. So they basically increased the rates by 3%. Now markets are going to be looking to what the Fed is going to be doing in November. We have a rate hike coming in November 2nd, I believe, or around that time. Let me just double check quickly right here on the FX calendar. I believe it is November 2nd. Yeah, November 2nd is when they're going to be doing the federal fund rate and the FOMC statement. So we're going to see what their guidance is going to be. And if they're still hawkish and they're still going to raise rates, then we're going to get a real crash in the stock market, as the people have been rallying this week, or I should say on Friday, that the Fed is going to pivot soon. But if we're just going to have to see if their resolve is that strong. Although I don't think Jerome Powell has the stomach to do what is necessary. What's necessary is you got to bring these rates from here, and you got to bring them to like 12 to 14% to actually control inflation. But with the amount of debt that we have on hand in the US, it is not possible. So let's see what the Fed's going to do. Are they going to finally admit that they can't fight inflation and then cut rates sooner than later, and then we get a big collapse in the yields and everything starts to reverse? Or are they going to keep raising rates until something completely collapses in the economy? All right. Anyways, I feel like that's enough talk for today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Love you guys. Peace. If you guys want to sign up for Big Get Training, the link's in the description, and that's where I do all my crypto trades. Love you guys. Peace.